Everybody, nice to see you guys. A big applause for yourself and the contestants. I'm really glad to be here. So let me take you back to a moment in my life that was quite enjoyable and at the same time shocking for me. Okay, so we're in 2012, okay? Then I'm in high school. My third year, and we're going on a school trip. But it's not just any school trip. We're going to America. To be more specific, I'm going to Chicago. And at this point, I was so deeply fascinated by it. So for me to go to America and Chicago, I couldn't wait. But I had to be prepared for this trip, So I had to practice my American accent. So I'm in front of the mirror, trying to practice. What up? Yo, what up? My name is Bassir, My name is Bassir, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got the accent right. So I'll go onto the computer. I booked tickets for NBA. I'm going to see Chicago Bulls and Miami Heat play. So, I'm ready. But there's just one thing. At this moment, I don't have a Danish passport. I have something you call an alien passport. So this means I need to apply for a visa. And I was like, okay, I'll apply for a visa. I'll answer some questions, 5 questions, and it'll be okay. I mail the embassy, and I get the application form. And it was not just 5 questions. There was 50 questions. Everything. Questions like, do you have any knowledge about biochemical weapons? Do you have any knowledge about nuclear weapons? At this point, I can't even do a math equation. Oh, and then there was my favorite question. The favorite question. Are you a member of the Taliban? Yes or no? How dumb of a terrorist would I be to say yes to that question? What did they expect? I would be like, oh, why are you caught me? How did you know? Please tell me. Please tell me, how did you know? Anyways, I filled out the application. A couple of days go by, and I get the approval. I'm like, okay, now I'm ready. Months go by. I'm at the Copenhagen airport with my class. We're going to America. And I start preparing again. I put on my headphones, start listening to hip hop. It's the shit I don't like. I don't like. I go through the airport. I go through security like everybody else. And I go to the gate. And I sit and I wait. And then I see on the screen, flight for Chicago, ready for takeoff. And I'm like, yeah. People get up, they take their luggage, they get in line, I get in line, and I'm still in my own world listening to the music, and I can see the plane in front of me. My American dream is right there. And I get closer, and I get closer, and it's almost my turn. I grab my boarding card, and then I hear a voice on the radio.
Passenger Bassir Khurami, please step aside. Passenger Bassir Khurami, please step aside.
I walk up there and I see a man with military uniform with American flag on his shoulder. And he's looking at me and he says, sir, you've been randomly selected for a security check? Okay, sure. So this guy, he follows me into a room and I open the door and there's 2 female security guards, Danish security guards. They look at me and they say, excuse me sir, but it's the American authorities. We need to do an extra security check, so could you please take all the clothes off? I've been going through so much and I was like, I can't turn back now. But at least, please let me keep my underwear. Okay, you can do it, you can do it. So they check everything. I go through another metal detector, and this one is big, big one with steps and everything. It makes me turn around, and I come down, and they turn off the lights, and they turn on the UV lights, and this is starting to look like a movie I'm way too young to be a part of. They took 2 pieces of paper, they're running it all over my body. I'm like, ladies, look, I'm flattered. But I just turned 18, and it's 2-on-1. It's like, sir, we're just checking if you have explosives under your skin. The only thing that's explosive about me at this moment is my hormones. So, I'm like, okay, the worst is over. Now I'm ready. Now I'm ready for my American dream. I sit in the plane, 9 hours go by, I can't even sleep because I'm so excited. And we get to the airport, we get to Chicago. I get off the plane, I give them my passport, he's looking at it, and he gives me an application form. At this point, I'm an expert at filling out application forms. So I fill it out, and I give it back to him, and I'm gonna grab my passport, and then there's a hand on my shoulder. Sir, a police officer. Sir, leave your passport and follow me. I'm like, what? Are you serious? And remind you, 9 hours ago, I was almost half naked, and this guy, he's got rubber gloves on, so I'm very nervous. I look at my classmates, and they're like, ah. He walks me through a hall, and I'm like, where is he taking me? I'm going with him, and he's walking with me, and he opens a door, a waiting room, full of 50 Arabs. And 10 Mexicans. Let's do not forget the Mexicans, we share a struggle. So I'm waiting there, and waiting, and waiting. I'm waiting for 3 hours, and I'm so jet lagged. And you know what happens inside of me? I start to get scared. I'm like, oh, I'm scared that I would like say the wrong things that would get me in trouble or anything. Suddenly the guy calls me up, Bassir, Khurami, come in. And I go into an office, and I swear to God, it looks like an episode from Homeland Security, okay? There's a lamp, there's a table, there's a police officer with his computer. Behind me, there's 2 police officers, and there's one at each side, and they're all sitting in the room, and I'm in the center. And this guy starts to interrogate me. So, Bassir Khurami, why are you coming to the United States of America? Sounds very serious, but I'm just on a school trip, to be honest with you. Yeah, okay. Do you know any places that you're going to visit? I don't know. My teacher has the program. But sir, you must know something. And I tell him, yeah, I know that I actually bought tickets for the NBA. And I shouldn't have said that to him. NBA? Oh, there's a lot of people there. Yeah, I know. This is why I bought the tickets. Okay, interesting. So, Bassir Khurami, tell me, what do you know about NBA? Oh, I know a little bit. I know LeBron James. But that's not enough, sir. Can you tell me why have you? I just came to see the NBA because it's America. It's like, okay. Well, I need to ask you some more questions. He keeps asking me, and I start to like get nervous. I'm starting to think like, am I going to do something? Is there a little monster inside of me just waiting to like, blah, become a terrorist, like a Pokemon or something? But anyways, what happens is, he sits there and he asks me this question, which makes me very nervous. He asks me, sir, I can see in your passport you were born in Afghanistan. Have you ever been to Afghanistan before? And this is here where it gets tricky because I have been. I was in Afghanistan in 2009, but for some reason, the guy at the airport didn't stamp my passport. So I'm here wondering whether I should say yes or no. Because if I say no, and he finds out that I've been there, he won't let me in. And if I say yes, he'll get very worried and he won't let me in. So no matter what I say, it's dangerous. I feel like it at least. So he looks at me, sir, the question, oh yeah, no, I haven't been there. And when I said no, I got very, very scared. I'm like, okay, he's with his computer. He knows probably everything about me, that computer. So he looks at the computer, and he looks at the passport, looks at the computer, looks at me. I'm sweating. He grabs the passport, and he reaches it up to me, and he looks at me, and he says, welcome to the United States. Thank you.